Welcome to SNO Soundbytes, a series where we sit down with the people behind the operations, technology, and expertise shaping SNO. In this episode, I'm joined remotely by Nick Urban as we discuss how ArcGIS is evolving beyond traditional mapping, the role of operational intelligence in modern environments, and how AI-driven automation is beginning to reshape project scheduling and the operational planning. For people who may not know, what exactly is ArcGIS and how has it traditionally been used?
So traditionally, it's been used as just a mapping software. So what it is it's a GIS system, which means it's a global information system. That's what that GIS stands for in there. Um, Traditionally, these softwares are used just to map out network designs, plot out points and all that kind of stuff. Where it's headed, because the way I look at it is the map itself is just a visualization of the back end data behind it. So I'm more interested in the fact that it can give me the geospatial relationships between the different types of features that you have. Traditionally, every design is going to have lines, points, and polygons. Now, whatever the different type of industry is using it is going to decide what are those lines, points, and polygons. Are they oil pipelines? Are they fiber optic networks connecting cabinets across permit packages, so on and so forth? But where I see it, and I think we'll talk about it in this same interview, is I can take those geospatial relationships and turn them into real life artifacts inside of project schedules and stuff like that, leveraging AI.
Oh, that sounds perfect. So, do you believe that ArcGIS is evolving into a more of an operational backbone rather than just a simple mapping platform?
Yes, I do. And one thing that we're looking at between Snow and Airy and Happus is how we can fully flesh that out into an operational backbone. I'm working on a few custom applications because one thing that's nice about Esri products, which is where ArcGIS comes from, everything is very customizable. So we're working on a few cool things. And then obviously, like I said, that underlying data in that GIS system is becoming the engine to drive all those different systems.
Yeah, that sounds good. So, what operational problems can ArcGIS help organizations solve, do you think?
So one thing that it can help solve, and I come from the construction world too. I wasn't always in software like I am now.
Yeah.
So one thing that I had was always an issue with organizing my crews. You're dealing with people who've been in construction for 40 years and they're not the most technologically literate always. So, they want to pull out the big map and put it on the wall and take a highlighter and draw where everybody's going. To me, in 2026, and I started this years ago, but especially now, that's a waste of time. Um, ArcGIS can help you effectively plan out your work. So I can take an entire city design, have it all laid out, and this is maybe more telecom specific at the moment. Um, but I can then, draw out those runs and everything in there, and I can actually send them to my crews. They're working through field maps. Everybody's able to see the whole picture of how I want to build that market.
Yeah, that sounds really good. So, why is operational visibility becoming more important for businesses?
So the way that I would put it, that visibility is becoming more important because funders and everything are looking to have more. So if you take, for example, some of the other products we have like NOAA and stuff like that, 15, 20 years ago, they were a pipe dream. They didn't exist. Everything was sent through emails or it was a PDF with, what was our progress last month. Everybody now wants real time. They want it within 30 seconds. They don't want to wait. And this system helps establish that. So between the field and the office, it's all with real-time continuity. As soon as something is updated in the field, I see it 30 seconds later. It can update all my other systems, which means I can report on them more effectively.
Nice and fast for everyone so they get the information they need when they need it, that type of thing. So what makes ArcGIS valuable as a managed server rather than just a simple service software platform?
So where it's valuable as a managed service is when you buy it and first get it out of the box. It doesn't do a lot, right? Or it does, but it's a map. It's that customization and having the support of people who understand how to manage it that is huge for businesses. So, for example, I mentioned the custom applications we're working on. We also in SNO have our construction managed service team who have been trained on this pretty extensively by myself through the years, and they're sitting in the back end and they're helping you plan your network out using the customized tools that we have, giving your feedback back to myself and the developers and stuff like that so we can continue to grow it for you.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if most companies just get it out of the box, they have a map.
Yeah. It's like you doing the work that makes it that big thing for the company rather than just a nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So perfect. So moving on to AI, how do you say AI changing project scheduling and operational planning?
So generative AI has come quite a long way in a very short period of time. I was first introduced to it probably pretty late, given, my generation. I probably should have caught it much sooner. But I was introduced to it by my younger brother cheating on his homework with ChatGPT 2.5. And it was a gimmick. I thought, okay, it's kind of cool. It's doing this. Didn't really think much of it until a bit later when I started seeing it pop up other places. And I started playing with it and introducing it into our different systems that I was building and using. We were talking about geospatial data earlier and how we can leverage the spatial relationships of features and what they are into project schedules. It's gotten so advanced that I can build a full project schedule from those lines, points, and polygons, and just how they touch each other and what order I want to build them in. It will build a full end-to-end project schedule with all the predecessors, successors. It can cost load it based on my cost configurations. These are things that would traditionally take a project manager, weeks to do, and it still might not be correct. Whereas this, you're spitting out a full project schedule in 15 minutes.
Yeah, honestly, I am always shocked by how much AI just comes on every day. It's just non-stop, something new every day. It can do more and more. But so what operational areas could benefit most from AI-driven scheduling, do you think?
So the way I see it, then again, we're trying to be not just in the telecom space when we're talking about this, is project management is traditionally very hard to find somebody that is effective in all areas. You can either have a very good project manager or you could have a very good construction manager. They're two separate entities. And sometimes one is not as strong as the other. I think the project manager could effectively eventually be replaced by artificial intelligence because most of it is back-end work. It's reporting, it's building schedules. This guy over here, he knows how to build it, but he's not as strong here in the office. But this guy here in the office, sometimes to get what you need out of those kind of people takes a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can eventually use AI to fully build those project schedules, which we do have many examples of that now through our testing sandboxes, and get it to build those reports on its own, send those emails. This guy just has to go into the system and say, where's the crew going tomorrow? The AI took over all this back-end office work, which is going to help us be able to cut down or help our clients cut down what they're spending on back-end resources and put it more on the front end so that they can actually further their production.
Perfect. That sounds really good. So do you think businesses risk overcomplicating AI adoption?
I think they do, and I think that is where it becomes important that you work with partners that do understand how to use it. How is it built? What does it do? Because still to this day, when you're working in the construction space, like we mostly do, uh, you'll meet older folks who aren't as familiar with technology, and scripting is like black magic to them, right? It's everything is magic. It's a wizard sitting on the other side of the screen. And I think it's important that you work with partners that understand how are LLMs built, how is machine learning done, those automated schedules that you're doing, understand how it's doing what it's doing, leverage that partners that way. Everything is understood how it's done. It's not just press a button, it spits this out, let me present it to everybody.
Yeah. So, what's the biggest operational challenge organizations face as environments become increasingly connected?
So I think it's what elements of the environment do you connect together? Because there comes a certain point where am I doing too much? Am I incorporating AI into too much of my daily workflow? Am I cutting down too much staff? Um, when it comes to a construction firm, I could see it being pretty beneficial. But when it comes to an entity like SNO, for example, I would say there's a hard limit where we incorporate the AI to. Um, so, for instance, anything that's interfacing with the fiber to the home customers that we have that are going to be calling into the NOC. The last thing that somebody calling wants to talk to is an AI computer service on the other end. So there still needs to be a human element to some aspects, depending on what the business is.
I think that's definitely correct. I think people connect with people. You can't just constantly be speaking to AI.
Exactly.
So, bit more of a personal one. What excites you most about where operational technology is headed?
What excites me most, and over the years, I've gotten more simple. Like I said, I used to work for a construction firm where I had partial ownership in it and everything else, and I enjoyed the stress of it for a while. We had 5 markets in construction and 10 crews. Um, Now I'm happy sitting on the back end and again working to understand how all these systems work together. How can I tie generative AI into the project scheduling? How can I get it to understand how to design cities for me? So that way eventually, we're offering low cost tools where you can go in, press a button, it designs the entire city. Um, so it's very exciting to watch how the landscape is changing. How our computer systems now become the operational backbone rather than, the filing cabinet filled with a million construction drawings in the corner of the office that somebody scribbled on 10 years ago.
Mhm.
So it's all been very exciting to watch it happen and especially to be a part of it.
Yeah, it all sounds amazing, but that was all. So thank you, Nick, for joining us on this episode of SNO Soundbytes. These conversations are all about sharing real operational insight, technology expertise, and discussion around the environments organisations rely on every day. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.